You know, sisters and brothers, when I arrived here today, I wondered, because I listened to Christy Clark last night. There's obviously nothing left on TV to listen, look at. But I was listening to Christy Clark, and so when I arrived to see all you here, I wondered, why are you all here? That's what Christy said last night. She can't understand why you haven't just stayed home. Why are you out here fighting? What's going to happen is inevitable. All of those things that only Christy Clark would say. Well, let me tell you, Christy, why. Let me tell you why teachers in British Columbia, steelworkers and CUPE members and CEP members, why the labor movement in British Columbia is pushing back. Because we know for centuries that the collective agreements that we were able to obtain, the collective agreements that we fought and those before us fought so hard for, weren't given to us. We had to fight every inch of the way to make it reasonable for workers, to make sure their workplaces were safe, to make sure there was equity in the workplace. We didn't get anything from Christy Clark or anybody who has the same kind of mind. We took our rights as trade unionists. We fought, and what we have today, we will have for our children and their children, and that's why we're here. So we got the other cat in the next channel, Mr. Falcon. Now, Mr. Falcon and I don't have a really good relationship. It needs some work. But let me tell you, the kind of comments that are being made by those that are supposed to be running our province are out of this world. What are they thinking of? What is Mr. Falcon thinking of when he says he will hunt down the devils that cross-picketed yesterday in Victoria? You know, here's a government that screams justice is the way to do it all. The very same government that couldn't get their way a number of years ago and challenged the law of the land, the Canadian Charter for Rights and Freedoms, our Constitution. There can nothing is more significant than that. And what did the Supreme Court of Canada tell them? You are wrong. You are wrong to take on workers. You are wrong to give them no way to negotiate collective agreements, and therefore that should be turned over. What was their reaction?
Nothing.
They didn't do a damn thing about it. Well, you know, I've been around, some would say, for too long. But I know that if there was something for my 4 children who you have taught, I know that if there's any chance for my 4 grandchildren to make it in this world, to make it in the society that we believe needs to happen, you're the people that are going to make that happen. And I salute every teacher in this province for not only the work they do for my children today, but the work they are going to achieve as a result of standing up for our education for generations to come. You need to be congratulated. My friends, this kind of government has not been seen in Canada for a very long time, and we have had some bad governments. You know what? A government that sits back, and the biggest breaches that happen in Canadian law are happening as a result of people that we elected. People that we elected to take care of us, to make decisions that are good for our communities, to make decisions that are good for our kids, to provide them with the ability to have what we had when we were young. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in Ireland as we speak to recruit the new 338,000 jobs that are going to happen in accordance with this government through to 2014. It's not necessary. Talk to a young person. Talk to a family that doesn't have everything that Mr. Falcon and Miss Clark might have. Talk to those children in this country that are in a world of poverty not known anywhere else. You talk to those people and they'll tell you that given the training and given the opportunity and given the education system, that those 338,000 jobs could be filled right here in British Columbia by talented young people who want a break, that need a break, that can't get a break unless we provide the education they need in this province. My friends, we are in for another fight of our life. And some would say that these kinds of rallies can't make a difference. Well, let me tell you something in the words of somebody that I've always went by, Margaret Mead, who said, you know, don't think that what you do won't make a difference. In fact, it is the only thing that ever has. Thank you very much. In solidarity, sisters and brothers.